Shahara, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to just do a quick writing update. So I think I've told you all that I finished my newest story. Well, not my newest anymore, but The Curse is Light. It is finished for the most part. I still have to edit and then publish it, obviously, but the writing portion is done. I'm just procrastinating with the editing part, but I will start editing this week. No promises, but I'll try. Shut up. I also kind of started writing on a new story, so that's also I also been putting all my energy on that one and not my editing. And I still need to be working on my prequel because I did want to publish by the end of the year, which is not going to be as long as the 3 books from the trilogy, the Jasmine Perez trilogy. But I do need to work on the prequel, which I do plan on getting back to in November, and then work on it throughout November and December. I'm hoping to get this book published this month by Halloween, because I think it'd be cool to have it published on Halloween, because why not? But I'm currently working on this new story. The series title is going to be Power Within. I totally forgot what Alyssa and I decided on the first book title. I don't know.
Water within me.
Right. That's the working title right now, The Water Within Me, for the book title. This is going to be series, obviously, because I only write series. I just haven't figured out how many books there'll be yet. But, yeah. So, there will be several more books. I just don't know how many yet. I just know what I kind of want to happen in this book and maybe the second one. But there'll definitely be more books after the second one, because the only book I'm planning to make the duology is The Curse is Light. I don't know if it's gonna be end up like a trilogy, like the Jasmine Perez trilogy, or if it's gonna end up having 4 more books. I will see when I continue working on it how many books there'll be. I also, just like The Curse is Light, I started this one before Jasmine Perez, but then I got my energy into Jasmine Perez and got it published, and all my energy became to that series. And for the longest time I was only working on Jasmine Perez. So, but now I'm working on, I have so many stories open and working on, so I am just doing whichever one I'm most in the mood for at the time. And I'm almost done with what I already wrote, because I had started chapter 9 before I finished. But I do have a bunch of things worked out for the rest of this book. I also am adding a lot of things, like I did with The Curse is Light. Well, the Curse is Light, I also changed a lot of things. Here, I'm not really changing anything. I pretty much like where it's going right now. I mean, The Curse is Light, I liked where it was going. Obviously, I re-brought it up. But there's also a lot of things I wanted to change and fix. This one, not so much. I'm just adding a lot of things because it's first person, and I've done first person before, but only in fan fictions. This is my first book I plan on publishing that's first person, and I feel like with first person you need to have a lot more detail because you're constantly in the main character's mind. So there's all this. So you need to constantly say what she or he is thinking. So that's a little new. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got into my character's minds before, just I didn't have to constantly be in their mind and only their mind. So it's a little different, but it's working. So basically, I don't think I've said what the actual book is about yet. Basically, it follows Rosalinda, and you're always in her mind because it's first person, but she has had a bad life, and she finds out she has control over the element of water. When someone comes, Harry, he is the Queen's soldier and right-hand man, and he tells her and Elizabeth and Gabriella and Anna that they are that they are all a part of this bigger picture because they each can control an element. So he took them to the Queen's palace where she would explain everything, which is kind of where I'm at now. And basically the queen's brother is evil and he's trying to destroy the world, and the only people that can save them are these 4 girls. Not to mention that he's also working with a necromancer, so necromancers are powerful and evil. And there's also that a little Harry's past is a little, I can't think of the right word, but like, I was not dark's not the right word, just uncertain, I guess, and not a lot of people know about Harry's past much. But there is a romance between Rosalinda and Harry, but it's gonna be a subplot, obviously, because I don't do just pure romance. I mean, it's fantasy, obviously. So they have to train their powers and get in touch with their powers to defeat Dylan, the Queen's brother, and the necromancer Avok. Don't ask me why I named him that. I don't remember why. I just know that when I originally wrote this story 2 years ago, I named him Avok. But yeah, so there's also going to be a lesbian couple. Elizabeth is butch. I don't think there's enough butch rep. But she also has like her head all shaved and then like hair down here because why not? She also has tattoos. And then but she has a romance with the princess Ileana. And Ileana's the opposite of Elizabeth, but that's why it's gonna make it interesting. And I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, there's also Anna is asexual and aromantic. I was considering making Rosalinda asexual. Haven't exactly decided yet. Cause I want. A lot of people like to say things like how you can't know you're asexual unless you've had sex. I personally don't believe that because I'm asexual and I've never had sex. And I would love to have some representation of someone who just knows that that's not what they are, even if they haven't done anything. And I just really want to make Rosalinda asexual for that reason, to represent me. Yes, I'm going to represent myself because I deserve to be represented. There's also going to be a friendship between, a strong friendship between Rosalinda and Anna. They get really close. I mean, they were already. I mean, Anna was the only one that was really nice to Rosalinda in town, so they already had that. But then with all this, they become really close and best friends, and that's gonna be sweet. I might make Gabriella and Elizabeth close. I mean, they haven't really been close much in the past, but I might make them close because I believe that friendships are extremely powerful, and I just feel like friendships are very underrated. Like, most people focus on the romances and in books and stuff, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I love Seekers so much, because the main thing in that is the friendship between the bears, and I love that. You know, you don't see many books or TV or anything focus on just a friendship instead rather than a relationship, and I love that. I do have one book I want to. I haven't really started it that much. I'm still at the very beginning, but there's gonna be mermaids and fairies who are enemies, and it's gonna be enemies to friendship instead of enemies to lovers, because the 2 girls, one mermaid, one fairy, will never become a couple. That's not going to stop people from shipping them, obviously, because people ship non-canon ships all the time. I'm guilty of having a few non-canon ships myself, but they'll never be anything more, and I was never planning on it to be anything more, because I want a story just based on pure friendship, and I'm not even planning on them having love interests themselves. It's going to be just about their friendship and fighting to be friends, because I feel like it's important to fight for your friends, and not just because people are always saying, like, fight in situations like that, but they're always wanting to having the characters fight for a relationship, true love. But what about fighting for your friends? Because that's just important to me. Maybe even more important, in my opinion. I just feel like it's underrepresented, so I also wanted to work on that. But mostly I've been working on this story. I do plan on editing The Curse Light soon, and I get further into this story. I have a lot of ideas that I'm really excited to work on and get ready. So that is all. Please like and subscribe and comment your writing progress, and I would love to chat with you below, and I'll talk to you guys later.